Hello again and welcome back to the computer literacy course. We will now have a look at the computer software. We will now look at the computer software in this short video. There are two major classes of software which we will look at. The first one is the computer system software known as the operating system. System software, also known as the operating system. The second one is the application software. I'll go further by explaining the differences between these two types of software. What is an operating system? An operating system is a software that manages computer hardware, resources, and provides common services for computer programs. Now, most of the programs that we use, applications such as Microsoft Office, Word, Excel, Access, PowerPoint, Publisher, require an operating system for them to function. So an operating system will be the one that manages this software between them and the hardware on which they reside. The role of the system software, as stated, is to act as a buffer between application software and the hardware. That is what they do mostly. So they control the computer hardware and they act as an interface with application programs which we interact with. These are the hardware that we are using. The computer is there, as seen in that first picture there, and then here will be the operating system or system software, and here are the application software, then here are the users. For you to get over to the hardware, you will need to go through the operating system. When you switch on your computer, the operating system loads and it allows you now to access your application software and start using them. In other words, the hardware is there and the user is here. Between there, you have the application software and the operating system. For you to get to the hardware, you need to go through the operating system and then you access your application software. The operating system acts mostly like the secretary. When you get to a school, you cannot go straight to the principal's office. You go through the secretary. So the operating system is the one that knows whether the application you want to use is there or not. The secretary will be the one to know whether the principal is there or not, and if the principal is there, is the principal busy or not busy. So the operating system will also be able to know whether the application you are trying to access is available. If not, then it will tell you that the application you are trying to use does not exist. So that is the function of an operating system, to act as a buffer between you, the user, and the hardware, and it also controls the resources. The applications must ask permission from the operating system to go through. You access them via the operating system. So operating system, as stated, is a program that coordinates all the activities of a computer. Examples of operating system is Windows 7, Windows 8, and Windows 10. Those are the examples of the operating system. Some of the functions of the operating system, as stated, is to perform common computer hardware functions, provide a user interface, provide a degree of hardware independence, manage system memory, manage processing tasks, provide networking capabilities, control access to system resources. You can see the operating system has a number of functions that it performs. It also manages files that are stored on the computer. This is an example of an operating system open. It's Windows 7. When you switch on your computer, it loads and you are now able to click on start for you to start accessing your computer. So you would come and click on the start button right here, and then you go to all programs, Microsoft Office Word, and you start using your Office Word. It is the function of the operating system. Without the operating system, you won't be able to get to your Microsoft. Application software. Application software consists of programs that perform specific tasks for use. A lot of them. I start with it, etc., etc. There. The first one is word processing, spreadsheet, database software, presentation, and desktop publishing software. These are the application software. I said application software consists of programs that perform specific tasks for a user. Word processing helps you to type a document, for example. A spreadsheet helps you do a number of other things, which I also included in the next slide. For example, word processing provides assistance in formulating, formatting, and printing documents such as letters, memos, and other papers. This is an example. This is just an example. Microsoft Word. Very old. So it's there for you to perform a particular function. Another example is a spreadsheet. It provides a wide range of built-in functions for statistical, financial, logical, database, graphics, and date and time calculations. All those you do with a spreadsheet. So you are trying to achieve a specific function or particular purpose using a spreadsheet. Now, apart from that, the one thing to note is the file system. What is a file system? In computing, a file system is used to control how information is stored and retrieved from your computer. Without a file system, information placed in a storage area would be one large body of information without a way to know or tell where one piece of information stops and the next one begins. So computers use what is known as the file system to tell the beginning of a certain information and the end of it. Now there's a number of file systems that exist. The first one is NTFS, and the second ones are the FAT and FAT32. That's New Technology File System versus File Allocation Table. New Technology File System, or NTFS. Seen here, New Technology File System, NTFS, is the latest and newest. This one is good because it recovers disk-related issues and supports large disks with better security. With NTFS file system also, you can allocate permission by restricting. You can even encrypt some documents and files. So it's the best file system to use. No one will access your file or computer if you do not want. You can also encrypt that. With file allocation table and file allocation table 32, this is less secure, as any user can read your files as long as the person has access to your machine. And another bad thing about this one is you cannot create partition larger than 32 gigabytes, and it cannot store file larger than 4 gigs. So these are the two file systems that are available in the computer. And that concludes the second part of our videos, which is system software and application software.